Hi, I'm Dave Rage, and this is my home, the place where I live. Not a shed, not a tent, but Pathway Studios, 2A Grosvenor Avenue. I've got all the people online that have threatened this, that and the other. Google the address, come and find me, the kettle's on. Adam the tea lady will be making hot coffee and tea for anyone that has anything to say or do about what they've seen online. They say the first casualty of war is truth, and in this case, that is very much the fact. Yes, you have seen some horrific pictures online. Yes, some horrific things have been said. But in the last 18 months, I have been the victim and subject to prolonged harassment, abuse, stalking, intimidation, vandalism, theft, and ultimately arson. I moved back to London, I think June the 4th. It's on my Facebook. And I've been living here and commuting back to Woburn Farm to oversee the business and oversee the tenant. In the last week, culminating in these people stealing my dogs without a police warrant, the people who were taking care of them were so scared out of their wits, were so intimidated by the daily violence, aggression, vandalism and theft that the care of those dogs in the last 48 hours prior to them being stolen was very much amiss. That said, the dogs did not live and do not live in the places that were pictured. The rubbish that's accumulated has been, again, although I think slightly different, again, another level of attack where people have just done as they wish because these people have smashed open my gates, broken all my defences. The only lie I have told and will tell is that when I admitted my guilt for something that wasn't my responsibility. Now we're going to see over the next 6 weeks until I get sentenced, we're going to see how this all transpires. And I'm going to slowly tell my side. But let me just remind you, those dogs did not live in that place that was pictured. Those dogs only ever got out as a result of vandalism. Right now, my dogs have been stolen. Bedfordshire Police have done nothing about it. I've been burglarised, vandalised, threatened, humiliated and berated for my own property. I would ask Dean Haviland or Dean Newman, whatever your name is, that you do play these videos or you do play the tape recordings that you say where I threatened somebody's life, which I did not. I made it quite clear to both you and Shannon that I would be taking the correct and proper channels to deal with everything that's happened. Shannon, I only know as I befriended her father, a homeless junkie that rocked up in Flitwick and begged. He was a good friend to me, I was a good friend to him, he was a good guy. But that's how I know Shannon. I met her at the wake. Dean Dog Stalker, as he's on my phone. Well, again, another one of these people that rocks up with good intentions at my land. And they've always got good ideas about what they would do with it if it was theirs. Well, in this case, Dean very quickly became a massive nuisance and was known thereafter as Dean the Dog Stalker. The guy that's been watching my tenants, vandalising my property, colluding with the police, and ultimately stealing my dogs, stealing my CCTV, stealing my possessions, and making my place totally unsafe, totally unsanitary. But I'll just remind you one more time, those dogs did not live in the place where they were photographed. They were taken from where they were stolen and they were put in that place for the benefit of your viewing. Okay, so guys, you've had your fun. I'm sure the popcorn's over. I'm going to let everyone run to the shops, get some more. And me, a man like Reggie Don, we're going to finally launch the best podcast to hit the UK for many a year. And we're going to tell you how it is. We're going to tell you how it is on the streets. We're going to tell you how it is in Britain. And we're going to tell you how it is in my life and my fuckery, up until the point when they'll send me to jail in 6.5 weeks. See you later, guys.